So today demos, Marek will show us the PowerShell. Piotr is not here to bother us, so it's okay, Marek. Good to go.
He said he'll be late a little bit.
So let's do it quick then, before he comes.
So let's maybe first do the bugs and then so he doesn't miss it.
No, we always start with demos. It's recorded. It's recorded. You will see it, and I'm sure you know everything about it.
Okay,
you can explain us what it does and why it's awesome. Because if it starts talking, he will talk the whole meeting. So it's better to do it without him.
Is that Piotr?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Piotr?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Bertrand said he might be a little bit late. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe let's wait for the two guys.
Any other demo? Matt, why are you here?
Why am I here?
Yeah.
Because I want to get involved. I'm inspired by Harvest.
Okay.
I want to see what you guys are up to.
We'll see how long you are inspired. 1 week or more. Or do we have to do Harvest every week for you to join?
If that's a trip to Amsterdam every week, I could get on board with that.
Matt Medding, Marek is here too. And everyone else is usual. No AG. We don't know AG.
Is that Antoine?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, Antoine.
Antoine Crivard?
Maybe. And he doesn't say anything. Maybe that's him. So was demos? Zoltan, you say you have a demo?
Yeah, a short one.
Okay.
It's rather an announcement than a demo.
Okay, do it.
Okay, let me know when you can see my screen.
Another announcement. I so much love your new webcam. Or your new microphone, actually.
So quiet.
Yeah.
Alright, now you should be able to see my screen. Do you?
Loading.
I can.
Marek, recording is... Right.
Now it's still loading. Sebastian, you can see your screen?
I can, yes.
Yeah. There's something wrong with the Hungarian internet.
Well, it goes through Redmond, so that's why Sébastien can see it right away.
We have freeze.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, of course. Okay, it's loading.
Alright, so this is just a very short announcement about this module. We talked about this before when we announced our company. So this is a module that takes text from content items, and using the internal links, it connects them in an associative graph. So what's here? This is from the Orchard Dojo.
We don't see anything. We just see our link screen.
That's great.
Yeah,
let me know when you can.
It's frozen on the Kotlex side for me.
Oh yeah, it's okay. No more sharing. It was great, thank you. Next demo.
Yeah, that was a demo. I hope you liked it. I will share again.
Could be worse. You could add Solar.
Okay, I can't share it because there is apparently an error. So, so just to describe it, what this does is that if you publish content items that are part of an associative graph, it will just look at their text, currently body text, but this is of course extensible, so it could be the text of text fields as well. And if it finds internal links, so links pointing to other content items that are also part of that graph on the same site, then it will connect them as in that associative graph. So for those who don't know what this associative thing and whatever is, on this link, this is the Orchard Dojo graph. This is an example. It contains basically the whole content of the Orchard Dojo website with many connections between them, and part of these connections are auto-generated with this module. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. So we are still waiting for Bertrand, but we won't wait any longer. Otherwise, we have triaging. Yes, maybe we should talk about harvest. What one is?
Are there any videos coming out about harvest?
Oh, I'm working on them, so I need to give them to Sean. What I'm doing right now, since yesterday, I've been encoding them, meaning converting them from Camtasia and expression encoder formats to MP4s. And I have some ready, and I also worked on editing one of them, which was a lot of work, because it was recording the presenter view of PowerPoint and not the actual PowerPoint. If you don't see what I mean, it's the view where you have the timer and the next slides and your notes on your screen, but you don't. What? I think I don't know about yours. I know it was the case for one of mine. It's also the case for another one, Sipke's, for instance. And for mine, I was able to edit it. So I was replacing every section with these slides like this with the actual image. So it's beautiful now, but it was a lot of work. At some point, expression encoder also crashed and lost all my work, so I had to start again. So it's going on, and I have two machines here, and I am encoding on one of them, and one encoding takes 4 hours. So for instance, for my talk, it takes 4 hours. So it's long work.
Wow.
So that's preparation for because Sean is also going to edit the videos.
Yes, I'm just encoding the files so he can then
You sure?
create the
Oh,
video.
right.
He needs the files, yes. I'm the only one who's got the files, and when I've encoded them, I can send it to him, and then he will do the, how do you say it?
Editing.
Editing, yes. Thank you.
Montage. Editing.
Montage is French. I didn't know it was also English. Okay. So the editing. Yes, but we have, I think we only missed 2 videos. The one from Beatrice, but because she had a Mac, and the second part of Sipke because he screwed.
He screwed up, yeah. Pressed F9 instead of 10.
Yeah, so we had.
Is there anything that Sipke can, because we've asked Steve, for example, to go ahead and re-record over the audio?
We haven't asked him yet.
Well, you said you were going to, so my assumption is that you're going to.
I need to,
sooner than later, so we can get this stuff to Sean, because he has a deadline based off of our deliverables. And ask Sipke to do the same.
Maybe, yes, I will contact him.
We have the slides. Sipke?
Yeah, I will contact him, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Hey, Sipke, if you know Sipke, let us know.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
And that's it. I'm missing also some PowerPoints, but Ylan is working on that.
What about the photos? Because there was a bunch of photos as well.
I don't know, Brett, do you know about it?
Let's collect them somewhere. I have a SkyDrive folder. I could give you write access so we can upload all of them to one place.
But Brett had a nice camera. Maybe it will be better.
Brett has a camera, Bertrand has a camera, Benedict had a camera. I have some crappy ones on my iPhone as well. But yeah, Benedict, can you just send me the SkyDrive locale?
Yeah, I send a link to you all in email.
Okay.
I make the folder now accessible to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna aggregate all that content.
Cool.
Yeah, I also need to do a trip report for Microsoft internally, just to promote the event. Yes, Harvest. But it was great. Thanks, Ylan, for everything.
Yeah, Ylan, thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Yep.
And,
Awesome.
and I also need to do lots of administrative work now for all the invoices and expense reports and everything. I don't like now.
I'm doing the same on my end, Sebastian.
Oh crap!
A lot of paperwork. The post-event survey is going to go out today or late this evening. So please ask all of you to reply to the survey and give us feedback. It really is useful for us in planning next year's event in Europe and or future events. So.
What it means is that if you didn't like Sipke's talk, we can force him not to talk next year.
Or help train him.
But Zoltan did great again, so I'm sure he will speak next year. About localization.
Yeah, I would like to log that session now. So if it's possible, I will do the localization session next year as well.
Yeah, it must be better with new stuff. There will be new stuff, so I'm sure there will be things to say. Marek, we waited too long, so now you have to do it.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
I can. Benedek?
Loading.
Not yet, it's loading.
JavaScript A. Oh.
Visual Studio.
Okay, so first I'll do a quick demo of how this actually works, and then I'll tell a couple of words on how it's implemented, the structure of the project, and stuff like that. So generally the idea is that as I am a very big fan of PowerShell and Orchard, I decided to join these two projects and do something together with them. And I decided to create a shell for management, similar to Exchange, SQL Server, stuff like that, so that you have a PowerShell console which you can use to manage your Orchard instance, your Orchard applications. So generally, currently it's just an exe regular application that you just copy into your Orchard Web bin folder. When you start it, just works similar to the regular Orchard exe application. We get the PowerShell started. And we have an Orchard drive, which is the root for the Orchard PowerShell provider, which is something like a virtual file system inside which we have the content of our site. So if I do ls on this, I have a list of all tenants. Currently there is only one, but if there would be many, then each one would have a node here. And I can go in deeper. Here I have stuff such as comments. Those are all the comments which are originally written for Orchard exe. I have other stuff here, such as features. So this is a list of all features inside this Orchard instance. The cool thing is that those are actually objects. It's not text. It's like regular PowerShell. So I can get member on this. And I see this is an object of type Proligence PowerShell modules items Orchard feature. And I have some properties here, which I can filter. For example, I can put this into a grid view. I can filter it, sort it, like everything in PowerShell. There are a couple of commandlets I already implemented. Most notably, one is called invoke orchard command. I have IntelliSense here. That's the other nice feature of Orchard, of PowerShell. And this is a commandlet which I can use to invoke a legacy command. So one of these for Orchard exe. For example, I can go help commands. Whoops. Okay, let me try again.
Hey, Bernard.
Captain America.
Yep. So this executes all of the regular commands. So this is a backward compatibility thing that you can use to invoke all your previously implemented commands. For the new commandlets, you got help, which is in the PowerShell syntax in XML files. So for example, I can go get help, invoke Orchard command, and I get all the syntax, the description. I can get some full help with examples and stuff like that. So generally, this is how it works. From the project perspective, because it's also interesting, inside the project, we have the Orchard PS application, which is the host for the PowerShell. We have a managed PowerShell provider, which creates all the virtual file system, the virtual drive, all the Orchard session management and stuff like that. This is based on another module, which is a little bit more generic. However, all of the stuff, all of the nodes in the file system, all of the commandlets are implemented externally in modules. So this is one module which I plan to use to implement all the core functionality. So stuff like modules, features, command items, command types, things like that. So here's, for example, the invoke orchard command. However, each module can implement its own commands. It can also extend this virtual file system to add additional nodes. For example, if we have a blogs module, then we can add a blogs directory to the file system to expose this inside the shell. We have those XML help files which are automatically picked up by the provider, and they are formatted inside so we can have the manual pages for our comments. And that's about it. It's actually the beginning, because there's a lot of stuff to do here. I think that before we even consider doing anything to put this inside the core, we should have all the basic functionality, so content types, content items. So we have commandlets to manage all this, and we have it exposed in the file system. So I'm finishing one of the big projects right now, and I committed myself to spend some more time on this project so that we can finally get a faster pace. So
cool.
That's all.
I questions.
Question one. It requires some change into the core modules. It can't be all embedded into a set of modules and put it on the gallery, for instance.
Well, there are some things that we need inside the core. For example, security. Because if, for example, if one of the cool features with PowerShell is we can enable remote management.
Okay.
But this would require some security measures, and this would have to implement inside Orchard, not PowerShell, because that wouldn't make much sense.
So you can do remote stuff with PowerShell?
Yeah, actually, PowerShell has built-in support for remote sessions. I haven't tried it yet, but...
Okay. This will be interesting.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things. Besides that, it can be used externally. However, it's a little bit complex to install it because it's not just one module. It's got those additional tools. But yes, you can use it. We can keep it right now separate and just install it on top of an Orchard instance.
I've got some other questions. So your interface, like using cd dot I don't know, settings or I don't know. So this is something you implemented. It's specific, or is it a common Orchard? Oh, sorry, a common PowerShell pattern.
It's a standard PowerShell command. What I implemented is the virtual file system. It's based on actually a hierarchical data structure which have nodes.
Is working with a file system like this common in PowerShell for PowerShell users, or is it something you had the idea of, and you say, oh, let's implement it this way? And
no, it's common. It's every PowerShell provider can support some of these commands because there are more commands. For example, we can copy items, we can move them, delete them. So any provider can implement it any way it seems reasonable. What I implemented currently is navigating through the provider, through the file system.
Did you mention that SQL Server had the same thing?
Yeah, SQL Server has a very similar shell, which has also a provider which exposes all the tables, stored procedures, stuff like that.
Okay. Other question: when you mentioned also being able to do ls.blogs, something like that.
Yeah.
Which will, but it will require a custom blogs provider for this. Is it possible to have it generic? So if you do I don't know, cd dots // foo, it would look for a content type named foo, even though we haven't defined it in the PowerShell script. Like a dynamic lookup for.
Yeah, we have support for dynamic nodes, which are calculated when they are needed. So when you run ls, so it is possible. One of the most difficult parts in here is that all the processing of the data is outside Orchard. So it's not like the regular Orchard X application would just parses input and the processing is inside Orchard app domain. Here we have to expose this data, so we have it's actually similar to the one in the Orchard Exe. We have some API which exposes some data from the Orchard app domain inside serializable types. So this data is marshaled from the Orchard app domain to PowerShell, and PowerShell displays it and manages it and processes it as regular objects. That's the way it works in PowerShell.
Okay. And as of taking it in the core, what I think is that I'm not sure we need both the commands and the PowerShell scripts. So if we go over PowerShell, why would you still use the commands? If we have a PowerShell extension, as PowerShell is on every Windows machine now,
Yeah, it's for compatibility purely.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to rewrite all those commands right now to use them.
Yeah, but maybe I think the step will be to rewrite everything for PowerShell and use PowerShell and remove the old one.
Yeah, we can do that also.
Is it mono-compatible?
Excuse me?
How compatible would your stuff be with mono?
With mono, actually I don't know.
Do they have PowerShell in mono?
I'm not sure if there is PowerShell in mono.
That's why I asked, because at the moment the commands probably are supported on mono, but if PowerShell, if we ditch the commands for the PowerShell stuff, then we lose mono compatibility on that. It's just something to bear in mind.
Mm-hmm.
It seems there is a mono implementation of PowerShell. It's called Pash. I'm not sure it will work. It might be interesting to try, because that could be a reason not to use PowerShell.
Okay.
I'm not sure it will be a valid reason, but hope Piotr is here.
Okay, so any more questions?
So it's a host. It's not, you can't execute a PowerShell command like this. You need to enter the host and then.
Yeah.
But it's hosting PowerShell inside.
Yes, it's actually a regular PowerShell, which is the application. All it does is it sets up the PowerShell environment, so it installs all the additional commandlets from the Orchard modules. That's the main purpose. You could actually run a regular PowerShell and just import them manually, but you'll have to do a lot of typing. So the executable is just to make your life easier.
Okay. We need to talk about it. What we want to do with PowerShell it might be interesting to have it as PowerShell scripts instead of custom commands. We have to.
Sure.
But is there any drawback in moving to using commandlets? I mean, from the coding perspective, add some additional dependencies or something. Because right now commands are just implementing classes from Orchard framework, and commandlets would require some external dependencies as well. Maybe it's okay, but
does it work with the module enable disable way of thinking? Like if you disable the module, the commandlet is no more accessible?
Not yet, but we should make this work this way.
It has, yes, for security reason, it has to be there.
Yeah, but this actually also should be inside the core.
Yeah.
So if you disable something, you decide it from inside Orchard, not PowerShell.
Yeah, but Sebastian, one thing should actually I don't know, the commandlet should be, because commandlets are global. If you open up PowerShell, you can manage multiple tenants, and I don't know if
same thing with the commandlet. Same thing with the Orchard command. You open a command for a specific tenant, and then it only gives you the available commands from the available modules, enabled modules.
Okay. Yeah.
And when you enable a new module,
have a remote shell to some remote server, so it should get the list of available commandlets from. You should get it from the remote server, right?
Yes, by default, when you open the Orchard.exe, it connects to the default tenant, and there is a switch to connect to a specific tenant.
Okay.
And we have a module to execute commands on the server side. It's just using a specific UI with a text box where you already type the command, and it will be executed on the server. I think it's in the experimental module.
Yeah, but if I understand correctly, the PowerShell thing is that when you run the console, you have to import all the commandlets from. It's not like that you type in some text and you push it to the server, and server decides whether it's okay if this command is okay or not. You need to know the commandlets up front on shell.
Okay, for the remote connection, actually.
Yeah.
But if it's local, you could totally connect to a tenant.
Yeah, but your console, has to know the available commands and needs to have them, from in the place when you run the command.
But that shouldn't be a problem. During initialization, you can check which modules are enabled, which are not enabled.
Oh yeah, if you say so. Okay.
Okay, let's see. It seems mono is not a solution. Okay, we can talk about it later. Other demos? You want to show us next week?
Actually, next week, maybe I'm not sure if I managed to finish it next week. I started it during the harvest. Is to expose the content manager through Web API. To have ability to have remote management, your remote creation of items, but it's a bit complex, especially the serialization part.
Try to do OData stuff. It should be easier.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to do OData stuff, but the problem is that the serialization of the items those cannot be directly serialized because there are circular references. So it needs to be done manually.
Snowman and not Piotr. When you say what feature? The module which makes embedded content possible in combination with a slider module which uses this feature. Oh, okay. So the slider which uses this feature. I don't know what you mean, but okay. So next week we'll see. There are new websites. Let me copy paste them. I don't know which of them are new to you. I'm pasting the ones I found. Okay, maybe I should share and show it also for the video. So sharing desktop. So the last one. So this one is I'm not sure. So Web Advance is a very well-known company working on Orchard and doing great websites. And they have now their website on Orchard. I don't know since when, but their website is now on Orchard. It's nice. I like it.
Very Windows 8, isn't it?
Sorry.
That was those icons were very Windows 80.
And open it in your browser and click on the pages, and you will see there is no refresh. It's like an Ajax call, refreshing the DOM locally, and it's a transition with there's a nice transition effect actually. It's disappearing, fading out, fading in the content. It reminds me of a tool called the Update Panel that Bertrand did as part of ASP.NET, and I think I saw a tool like that. GitHub is using a tool like this, which just does a query to the server and gets the full DOM, but updates only locally the node. So it's a fake Ajax. It's not optimized. It's just not to have refreshes of the page, and it's updating the URL. It looks like this. Other website. This one is kind of huge. I don't understand anything, but lots of content. I could translate this page generation. Yes, translate. Okay, repairing refrigerators and things like that. Okay. ACTA. I think we've seen this one already. Association of Canadian Travel Agencies. Binary 21.
Can you paste that in, please, Sebastian? I didn't get the message.
Oh, yeah, it seems it didn't work. Copy paste. Work.
No,
I haven't received it either.
No, I didn't get it either.
Okay.
It probably seems, yeah, it thinks you're a spammer.
I am. So if I try to do it one by one.
Oh, Winterlect is one of the sites, is it?
What? Yeah, Winterlect.
Yes, Winterlect. Very interesting one.
Winterlect now. Oh, maybe it's not the same people. No, it's not.
More oohs and ahs from Nick.
Are you sure these guys are on Orchard?
Doesn't work. I can paste links. Yes, Winterlect.
They're not on Orchard.
Well, they removed it since last week then. So this, where is Winterlect? Winterlectnow.com. Oh, it's changed. It was not like this. Oh no. Well, so maybe they moved from Orchard actually.
They reverted it.
No, it's a winterlect.com. Okay, I messed up with the link. Winterlect.com. Orchard. Okay, Bootstrap Orchard. And yeah. So yes, it's Orchard. It's nice. They're using content types. I'm sure they're using.
Scripts in the header.
And this one is from Philippe Sénéchal. One page website based on Bootstrap. Flip switch. Flip switch, nice one. Yes, it's an old version of Orchard because it's using Piotr as module from the menu. Piotr, what a cool name, Piotr. So trendy. And Oxford Economics, I think it's an old one too. Sure, but it's a nice one.
Yeah, I think they put it on. I think they put that one on the forum a while ago.
Looks good. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Forecasts and models. Clever people. Okay. Anyone I missed? str.org. What is this? Oh, this one we already saw. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, a Bertrand's website.
Yes, it's Bertrand's website. Share. Why is sharing? Stop sharing. What else? Triage 1.7.
Yeah. Sébastien, I put the someone raised something about tiny MCE, and I moved that to 1.7.1 because I remember speaking to you a couple of weeks ago about that.
Yep.
You can move it out if you want. I don't really mind, but I was going to look at doing it anyway.
Showing again.
I'll drop it if it sucks. But,
Lots of downloads. It's huge. Going fast. So. Issues. Must be a lot of things to triage. Propose. 36. So lots of things are for 1.7.1 now, but they will be moved to 1.7.1 as a batch because we're only fixing breaking stuff and critical bugs. For instance, this one, yes, it's not critical and it has been there since the beginning of this feature, so later. And so whenever Zoltan is opening a bug, Bendek, you are not allowed to vote for it, okay?
He only votes if the bug is important.
Yes, I don't always vote.
Status.
Maybe next time I should edit the issue or write a command so it is not apparent who voted second.
Maybe. Mismatch in zone alternates. Yeah, this one. Yes.
That is a weird one because I think that's a forms authentication issue, and I don't think it's part of. I don't think the issue is in Orchard. I think it's in .NET.
Okay.
Yeah.
Changes to localization pure files have no effect. Yeah, later. Yes, there is a solution for this one in TinyMC. Not updating the version, but just configuration, I'm sure.
I was going to look at that with the HTML5 stuff when I upgrade it.
I did. It's using the HTML5 stuff, but it's not working. So what?
Pro easy. Install ngm.
Sivka, where's your webcam?
Oh, it has a day off today.
It's visiting a certain district of Amsterdam, I suppose.
Possibly.
Did I just see an issue for my module assigned to 171?
What? Go to workflow at decision and give it two outcomes true, false, go back to the designer. Yes, I agree. Yeah, and I said I agree. Same issue with your time. Yeah, it's. I'm sure it's doable, but signals are only available after saving workflow. Yeah. right size the radio button should be mandatory. Sure.
Oh yeah.
Change password link on dashboard.
Well, that's a theming issue, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, an admin theme.
Change password link on dashboard. Oh, you mean please add a change password link on dashboard. I was fearing that the change password link on the dashboard is an issue. No, so there is no. Okay.
No. Yeah. So in the upper right corner there is the
You would like
username logout link.
Okay.
Change it in your theme. It is a change password link.
It's the admin theme.
Yeah.
The link on your alias is a change password link. In your theme, you can make it look like one.
It's the admin theme. It's not his theme. It's our.
Oh. Okay.
He's saying we got the logout. Maybe we should also need the change password.
Oh, okay. On dashboard, yes.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, Bertrand. So.
Active. Future. Don't disagree. Yeah, it's not a bug. East Asia, Azure Gallery are child missing on page. Actually, this is not right and this is not wrong. I've been working on this issue this morning. So some users are reporting that the gallery is not working with our child anymore. I created 8 websites on different data centers this morning on Azure Gallery. One of them failed, but it was not the Asia one, and it was not also happening every time. So it happened for me once on North America, but I created 4 other ones on North America and they were all working. So I'm looking into this issue right now, but I think it's an Azure issue. Well, it's related to Azure because it works for us, but sometimes it works and few of them don't work. So it's active, I agree, and it's not. I'm working on that right now, so I will see. I will give it some feedback. Release build from published. Okay. Yeah, this one has been done by Sipke. I haven't checked the content. Maybe it's completely wrong. Dropping the.
I can look into that.
Okay, thank you. Skipper is not here. Skipper. And yes, SFM Skipper. Yes, so Schouten keys. I never know how to pronounce your name, Noman. You've seen during my demonstration that it was working. So I will close it. And if you can repro it, please give me some detailed steps. And you seem to be able to write something. Yes, I saw, but I have the exception at work computer. Thank you. Same thing. Oh, yeah, nice repro. Export everything. Remove database. Whoa. Go to site, files, initial main screen, enable import, export, import. That's a nice repro. It should work, and but I'm sure it doesn't work. Okay, I try to see what happens, but it also depends on what modules.
Is that a school assignment? Assignment link.
So this later. This one is for 1.7. If you have fixed everything as per the comments in the pull request, can you push it, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
What's this one? Sorry, what's delete custom content type?
If you delete a custom content type, it seems to fail. Who cares? No? Let me mute you. Results association.
Method not found.
Wait, Sebastian, you mentioned, or you were talking about the import export for the workflow
Yes.
module? Yeah, okay. So I'll make the changes as discussed and send another pull request.
No, push it.
Oh, push it, okay.
Assign that to me. I want to have a look at that one.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Leave it on 171. I might not push it.
Yeah, 21 people, but 2 Benedicts. Sorry, Benedict.
No, without my copy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is this anybody's first time?
Yes, there are some first-timers here. So. Matt is a first-timer.
There's 2 Antoines also.
This is Adrian.
Simon is the first time he's coming. Yanis is
Hey, Adam.
Used to it. Rotpel is well known, but I think it's the first time he's joining the meeting. We should all stand up for Rotpel and all the modules he made and his active participation in the community. Matt is the first time he's joining. Marek is the first time he's joining. Jeff, we have seen him. Yes, I think he's been there for a few times already. Jay,
I've been a few times too.
Who?
Me.
Me, Marek. Yeah, me. We are 21. Say me again.
Marek.
Okay, Marek. Okay. Me. I'm the only one who can say me, and everyone recognizes. Okay. Maybe Bertrand and Ylan. That's it.
So, okay.
What's your real name, Rupert? I forgot. I know you are from Poland too. Daniel.
Well, welcome everyone. It's great to have more people. That's really great.
Daniel, didn't you come to the harvest? No, you didn't. Or did you and we didn't know it was you?
No, I didn't.
Next year, perhaps.
I hope.
So, what are we doing about shipping and getting you help, Sébastien, to fix bugs?
Yeah, I need to fix the triaging. Wait, I continue the triage. You stop me. Changing type of field cause exception. Yes. 171. It cannot remove taxonomy.
Sign that to me.
Sure. 17.
Yes.
Vietnamese for Orchard? No, who cares?
I should have picked that. If they had raised that a year ago, I could have picked that one up.
Please help me and thanks for C. Oh, what's the...
Up a different topic about the PO files and translations. If you want to, I can share some information if you want.
Can?
Yeah.
Can you comment on the bug? But
Well,
I mean, is it a bug which is already open or?
No, it's bigger than that. So Nick's smiling wide because he knows where I'm going with this one. So there was a gentleman that asked me if I dare him to blog about orchards. He came to the Harvest Conference. His name is Gerard Meischen. He mentioned translatewiki.net. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
No, but he gave me also a bunch of websites. And...
Yeah, apparently we can send in the PO files, and they will translate for free. Now, the accuracy of it is something that, would have to be reviewed by people in their native tongues, but maybe we can look into that, and maybe Benedict can look into that as the owner of that project. And so the Vietnamese folks, for example, we could potentially pass this through Translate Wiki, get it back in Vietnamese, and they could then review the code and see whether they make sense or not.
Okay. So what's the difference with what we are doing now? Is it that people who do not know Orchard are going to translate?
Yes. We basically take all the PO files, put it up on their forum board, and they translate all the strings for us. That's literally it.
And they are Vietnamese people. That's why you are
who have no idea of the context of the different files. I think it's an extremely bad idea. And you're going to have to reconcile what's being done on that platform with what's being done on ours. You're going to have to merge them. So,
well, it's an avenue rather than something that we just take all the files and dump it on there. There's, we've got to have there's got to be a workflow there. I don't know. It's
okay. Well, Benedict, you're in charge, so you decide on that. But
I would suggest, simply that Benedict take one PO file, send it to them for translation into one language, potentially Hungarian for the strings that are not, and translate it. He gets back the files and see what the quality of work coming back is.
That's a good idea. In my opinion, the time it would take to correct the strings that are not translated correctly due to not knowing the context would be the same as actually translating it. So I'm not sure there would be a benefit here, but yeah, we should try it to see how it goes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we could try with Hungarian because it's complete. So just the test, probably. And we understand it, so we can check with Benedict.
Sébastien is going on his own.
I think that's because of the names of the fields, right?
We'll see. For 171.
Yeah.
And this one, yes, I think I created it, but I'm not sure. There should be so this is not how it should work. How it should work is that release 1.7 up. This should be like this. Let me explain. So yeah, you should, and maybe there should be a setting to define the index search widget. And this one invalid stereotype crashes orchard, so later. And this one, future, we need to talk about filters. And done. Boom. So what's missing for 1.7? There are a bunch of high priority things that we need to fix here. I've marked them as high, like for instance projection broken based on Zoltan's feedback, and most importantly some media pop-ups which don't work in some scenarios, so I have to fix them. That's everything which is blocking us from a 1.7 RC at least, or 1.7, which will be soon followed by a 1.7.1. And the media thing is, if you try to go to a page and insert an image as a body part, we'll be able to select something which is already there. But if you want in the same transaction workflow, in the same navigation, try to add a new media and select it inside the body, then it will fail because it will forget that it's in a pop-up and load as a pop-up. So that's the only issue. It's important because when you add a media into your body, you might want to insert a new media and not select one existing. So this is the only thing I think which needs to be fixed, and the projection which is broken maybe from Zoltan's feedback. Then we can ship 1.7, which will be by the end of the week.
By the end of this week?
Yes. No discussions on the localization. That's it. Anyone wants to talk about a specific
Sébastien, what about the new theme? Is it something for 1.7.1 or?
Oh no.
1.7.1
is just bug fixing. Maybe okay. 1.7.2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. We had some offline talks with different members during Harvest, so we might want to release quicker than we did for 1.7 because we waited 8 months for something. We summarized the issue being that we had only one branch for both for improvements, bug fixes, and new modules, new features, which is an issue because all the bug fixes and the improvements were dependent on the new modules, which were huge and taking a lot of time to develop. So everything was in a big traffic jam. And so what we might want to do for next releases is have different branches, one for one for bug fixes, one for new feature, and one for big modules, long-term modules, so that we could update Orchard with bug fixes and improvements more quickly and release major changes or major modules in a major version number. Like 1.8 could come with big modules, but in the meantime we could ship as many sub-releases as we want, adding the bug fixes and improvements. And for that we need separate branches. Is anyone disagreeing with that? Bertrand, I know you were missing those little meetings. He agrees. I don't know. Is it there? Bertrand, are you alive?
No, I'm alive, but I was doing that thing on the release, and I lost
Did you hear what I said?
No.
It's important. I was saying that. Are you ready to hear it?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a plane to catch. Ooh.
So what we should do for next release is two different branches or three. One for the big new modules, one for the bug fixes and or the improvements, so that we can ship bug fixes and improvements without having to wait for new modules, which was the issue with 1.7, because we had lots of things ready, but we were waiting for media and workflow to be ready before shipping everything, because they were in the same branch.
Should the work on features be branches or forks?
Should. I don't know.
We could have one fork per feature team.
Yes. Forks. It depends. If we are committed to ship something with next version, it should be a branch.
We could always merge.
If we were on Git, I wouldn't have an objection to branches.
Yes. Okay, I see.
Let's move to Git.
Sure.
Okay, how disruptive is that in terms of time?
It's okay with us because Codeplex can handle that. The issue is with our
do it after shipping.
It's for customers. They have to adapt.
Yeah, so this is not a decision that should be handled lightly.
It wouldn't be in any case. We've discussed that many times. We've always postponed it, but the reason to postpone it was just that we didn't want to do it just now. But once we've shipped 1.7.1, I think we should just do it.
I agree.
Yeah, but why exactly?
Branch management is easier in Git, and we can rewrite story, and we can delete branches.
Yeah, life is easier in Git.
So,
they have a better logo.
No. Don't. Well, and also, Git is not GitHub. Okay, GitHub uses Git, but we can use Git on Codeplex. This is just for technical reasons. It will still be on Codeplex, the same location.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Same bug, same issue tracker, same thing. It's just the people who are, and we are also talking about people who enlist into the current Mercurial repository, so they are advanced users. Okay, they are not just website developers. They know what they are doing with Mercurial. So this is the same way of working with Git. It's just that there are other features in Git that we could use.
We need to go through those the current forks as well before we do anything.
I still think Git has a better logo. Yeah. That's a good reason. Yeah, we'll see. So but everyone agrees that we should have different branches so we can release quicker, more often, because we can do it. It's easy to release. It's not so much work. And people will be, for instance, the clayless branch was stable, very quick, and would have had a lot of improvements, but we were stuck on workflow and media management. Same thing for the dynamic compilation thing, which was released one day after the release and still not pushed.
Yes, Sébastien, so should we have some regular schedule for, the minor releases?
I don't want, because we have no regular schedule for fixing things. So when we think something is really important, or okay, let's do a push for 1.7.2, 1.7.3, and so on. Because of the continuous work we do, and sometimes Nick is starting working on our chart, and boom, 10 change sets. This might be a trigger to say, okay, we have enough thing to push a 1.7.2. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Also on the urgency of the changes. If we find a huge bug very impacting, okay, let's push it, even if it's one change set. Also, the update process is very easy because there will be very few migration, no breaking change. And people could upgrade step by step. Oh, I just need to upgrade this thing in the theme and not take 1 week to upgrade from 1.6 to 1.7 because there are so many changes.
Yeah, it will decrease risk for other people. So yeah, it's good.
Okay. Sama Musa. Yeah. You know, my neighbor in the plane was Polish, and I could show him my good understanding of Polish language. Thanks to you guys.
Don't show him too much, Sébastien.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the meeting done? Anything wants to add something?
Well, there's a lot of people here today, so is anybody willing or have any time to help Sébastien with some of the bug fixes for shipping? I know Nick has stepped up on a couple of these as we went through them, but there's how many left right now?
Best thing you can do is try the 1.7 and update your your website. It's the best thing you can do. And when it's done, tell me it's done. It works. If it doesn't work, tell me why. And
I agree. That's a great way.
I'll do it.
Brett, your sound is awful.
Yeah, it sounds like you're talking through water.
Sounds like a monster from After
Too much beer. Too much beer.
Yeah.
It's the Ursula.
Oh, Brett, and if you can share your pictures, your photos from the harvest too, with your nice camera.
Yeah, Bromo, send them to me on the share drive.
Yeah, Bertrand, can you do the same?
Yeah, I already did. They're up there. I put them on the share drive.
And you know what's missing in 1.7? I saw this last week. We have a new media gallery. We have a new gallery field. We should have done a gallery content type where you just select media and does a nice slideshow or a gallery. It should be done. It should be pretty easy. Like the projection content type, a gallery content type with a route, and you can publish a gallery of pictures very nicely.
Is that what Snowman was planning on showing?
I don't think so.
He was mentioning something with relation to a slideshow, like a basic slideshow.
Maybe. Yes, kind of, indeed. Okay, great. Yeah, nice gallery content type would be awesome.
Could that be then turned into a part? Or a field?
Into page. You can, not a routable page. There is a field already to select a set of images and media.
Oh.
What we don't have is the way to expose them automatically as a nice page with all the pictures, you know, like a Flickr-like page. So you just select your images, and on the page, then they are all layouted very nicely and a gallery.
Yeah.
And then with a custom template on your theme, you could customize it to show it as a slideshow or, I don't know, page thing. Or yeah, maybe actually it should be paged and everything, like the projection. Yes. So let's wait for the 1.7 to be released. I'm waiting for your feedback, if you can send some to me. Every committee member should have updated a 1.7 website. Otherwise, you are dismissed.
I agree.
I love it, Sébastien. That's awesome. Hilarious.
Yeah, the problem with us doing it is we're gonna have to merge.
No, I'm joking.
No, he's poking fun at me, not at the company.
No,
Well,
I
hey,
know he is.
Ylan, you just update the Orchard Harvest to use 1.7 if it's not already, and we'll say
We're on 1.7. We've been on the branch for.
you see, good.
We've been on it.
You're on 1.6.n. You guys are on.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk together next week about 1.7 and how it went well.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we going to do about the 289?
171.
So we are just moving them to.
Yes. Okay. And maybe half of them will be a 172, while we push 171 in a few weeks. Or huge bugs we find after 1.7, because people have not tested 1.7 before. Okay?
Yep.
Seb, can you check your Gmail account? I sent you Beatrice's slideshow.
Okay. I was about to do it, but I'm presenting actually. So.
Because Microsoft bounced, it was too big. It was 13 megs.
Well, for those things, we have SkyDrives and things like that to share.
And also Skype is so good at sharing big files. You just want to drag it.
Mm-hmm.
Skype? Really?
Never.
Yeah, but Skype is painfully slow.
What says it's fast.
It's not. For file transfers, it's a great tool.
It starts slow.
It depends what kind of internet connection you have. Don't assume that.
Yeah.
That everybody has.
We're spoiled. We're spoiled here in Los Angeles. We have fiber.
You guys had the worst internet connection for the longest time.
Yes, but now it's great. So we move on, and you did too. So look who's talking.
That's true. That is true. I was on my mobile for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was, yeah. I was tethering off my mobile. But that was 3G, so that's actually pretty good over here.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
We'll talk next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye everyone.